Guess what time it is? Time for the next chapter in our book. Alright, we are on chapter 6. Getting Dirt on Dr. Snow. Dun dun dun. Mrs. Mentry was really mad when all those eggs landed on her. We tried to pick the shells out of her clothes, but she was a gooey mess. I guess the yolk was on her. It looked like she was going to totally freak out, but you'll never believe who came running through the school at that very moment. It was Mr. Klutz, our principal. He has no hair at all. I mean, none. If they gave out prizes to people who have the least amount of hair, Mr. Klutz would win. I'm so sorry, Mr. Klutz said to Elementary. I want my money back, she barked as she brushed more eggshells off her dress. I slipped on maple syrup and was attacked by flying eggs. Take my name off the front of the building. You owe me $1 million. You're lucky I don't sue. Now, Mrs. Mentry, said Mr. Klutz. There. Grown-ups always say now, and there when they want to calm down an angry person. Nobody knows why, but I guess it must have worked because Mrs. Mentry calmed down. An ambulance came to take her to the hospital. Before it drove away, Mr. Klutz promised her that she would never get attacked by flying food again. He also invited her to be a special guest at the science fair. Please don't make us give back the $1 million, begged Mr. Klutz. We need that money. It's for the children. He was making a sad puppy dog face, so we knew he was really desperate. If you're ever really desperate, just make a sad puppy dog face. Even grown-ups do it. It works every time. I'll think about it, said Mrs. Mentry. She was still mad. After that, we went inside for lunch. Everybody felt bad about what happened to Mrs. Mentry. I felt worse than anyone because I'm the one who hit her in the head with a box of honey sugar bongos. I wanted to go to Antarctica and live with the penguins. Nobody was talking much while we ate our peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It was quiet in the vomitorium. After lunch, we went out to recess, but nobody was in the mood to play. What do you want to do? Ryan asked. I don't know, said Michael. What do you want to do? Let's play Talk Like a Grown-Up, I suggested. Talk Like a Grown-Up is one of my favorite games. All you have to do is talk like a grown-up, so it has a perfect name. You start, AJ, said Alexia. Nice weather we're having, I said. It's lovely, said Alexia. They say it may rain on Friday. You know, this is true. I talk about this all the time. How's your lawn? Asked Neil. Mine needs watering. I want more money, I said. You're fired, said Alexia. I need to lose 10 pounds, said Ryan, and my hair is falling out. If I don't get coffee, I'll die, said Michael. Do you want to play golf? Asked Alexia. Not now, I said. I have to read the newspaper. Oh, my back hurts, said Neil. My feet hurt, said Michael. Everything hurts, said Alexia. Do they sound like grown-ups yet? I need to trim my nose hair, I said. Man, talking like a grown-up is boring. I hope I never grow up to be a grown-up. Little Miss Perfect and her crybaby friend, Emily, must have been listening because they came over to annoy us as usual. It's not nice to make fun of grown-ups, said Andrea. You'll be a grown-up someday, Arlo. No way, I said. Grown-ups are weird, said Ryan. Speaking of weird grown-ups, said Alexia, what's the deal with Dr. Snow? I don't trust that guy, I said. I still say he's crazy. With that frizzy psycho hair and those crazy eyes, I think he wants to take over the world. That's ridiculous, Arlo, said Andrea. Stop trying to scare Emily. I'm scared, said Emily. Maybe he had us attack Miss Mentry with eggs on purpose, Alexia suggested. Did you ever think about that? Maybe it was a science project at all. I did not consider that. Nope. Yeah, I told the group. That was just the beginning of his secret plan for worldwide domination. "We've got to do something," shouted Emily, and then she ran away. "Dr. Snow has got to go," I said. Then I got up and started chanting, "Dr. Snow has got to go! Dr. Snow has got to go!" I thought everybody was going to get up and start chanting with me, but nobody got up. Nobody started chanting. I hate when that happens. "AJ, if what you say is true," said Alexia, "there's only one thing we can do." "What's that?" "We've got to get some dirt on Dr. Snow," Alexia told me. "Well, why would we want to get dirt on him?" I asked. "Then he'd just be covered with dirt." "Why would we want to get dirt?" Oh, Andrea rolled her eyes. "Alexia, that means that we should find out some bad things that Dr. Snow did," said Andrea. "Then we can blackmail him." "What's blackmail?" asked Michael. "That's what grown-ups do to people when they find out bad things about them," said Andrea. "We should sneak around and stalk the snowman," said Neil. "Maybe we can catch him red-handed doing bad things." "Neil should get the Nobel Prize. That's a prize they give out to people that have bells. That don't have bells. Nobel. Sneaking around was cool. We snuck around the playground fence until we reached the back door of the school. Then we snuck inside like we were secret agents, hugging the walls and looking in both directions to make sure nobody was following us. "We should be wearing night vision goggles," I whispered. "Why?" asked Neil. "It's daytime." "Who cares?" I replied. "Night vision goggles are cool." We snuck up and down the hallways looking for the snowman, but couldn't find him. "He's probably hiding in a secret lab where he does his evil experiments," I whispered. We passed by the teacher's lounge. That's a room where no kids are allowed, but the teachers can get pedicures and play ping pong all day. I peeked through the little window in the door. That's when I saw him, the snowman. He was sitting all by himself. "Psst, he's in here," I whispered. "Okay, what's the plan?" whispered Alexia. "This is the plan," I said. Then I yanked open the door and burst into the teacher's lounge. "Freeze, dirtbag!" I shouted. That's what policemen always shout on TV when they sneak up to bad guys, and nobody knows why. The snowman was completely surprised. He dropped his sandwich onto the floor. "Aha!" I shouted. "We caught you red-handed, snowman." I beg your pardon?" the snowman asked. "I have one question for you," I told him. "Do you have any bells?" I have a doorbell at my house," said the snowman. "Why do you ask?" "Just as I suspected," I said. "You can't be a real scientist. They give the Nobel Prize to scientists who don't have bells, but you have a bell. So that proves that you are not a real scientist. You're a fake, a phony." "Are you kids allowed to be in the teacher's lounge?" asked Dr. Snow. "Shouldn't you be at recess?" "Stop trying to change the subject, snowman," I barked. "What are you doing in here?" "I was trying to eat my lunch," he replied, picking up a sandwich off the floor. "Yeah, sure," I told him. "That's what they all say. We know what you're up to, snowman. You planned that attack on Mrs. Mentry so you could shut down the school. It's all a part of your plot to take over the world." "What?" he said. But. We all started giggling because he said but with one T. "Dr. Snow was just eating his lunch, Arlo," said Andrea. "Now you're being ridiculous." Maybe so, but I still didn't trust him. Neither did Alexia. "I've got my eye on you, snowman," she said. That was weird. Why would you want to put your eye on somebody? That's kind of gross. All right, next chapter.